Let me start with a question. Do you know right now whether your sales team is truly efficient or they are just busy? In India's manufacturing industry, we often celebrate top line growth but misses the signal that tells us if our sales are sustainable, profitable, and scalable. Today, I share the 5 sales KPI every manufacturing leader, whether focused on domestic B2B sales or exports, must track to stay ahead. First, order conversion rate. This is the percentage of inquiries or quotations that actually convert into a confirmed orders. In India's domestic market, manufacturers often get a high volume of inquiries, but many never close because of credit issues, delayed decisions, and price comparisons. If your team is quoting 100 times but closing only 10 orders, that's a 10% conversion rate. And it tells you something is broken in your sales funnel. Sometimes it's pricing, sometimes it's how your team is presenting value, and sometimes follow up discipline. Tracking this KPI helps you separate activity from results. Not all orders are equal. Some customer buy a sample lot and other commit to full containers. Average order value shows you if your business is moving towards larger, more profitable deals or stuck in small transactional sales. For export market, this KPI is crucial. Imagine you are shipping a small consignment to Europe. Freight and compliance cost eat the big chunk of your margin. But if you double the average order size, suddenly the same shipment becomes much more profitable. The goal here is simple. Encourage upselling, cross-selling, and bundling. Don't just sell one product, sell the solution. 3. Sales cycle length. In B2B manufacturing, sales cycle can run from weeks or even months. But here is the problem. A long cycle ties up with your working capital, delays your cash flow, and risks losing the customer to a competitor. For example, one engineering component manufacturer we work with had a 120-day average sales cycle. By redesigning their proposal and approval process, they cut it down to 75 days. That means faster revenue, quicker reinvestment, and happier customers. Track your sales cycle, shorten it, even slightly can give you a big financial advantage. 4. Customer acquisition cost versus lifetime value. Every new customer comes with a cost like trade shows, distributor commission, samples, and extended credit. But the critical question is, are you earning enough over the lifetime of that customer to justify the cost? In India, many manufacturers enter new regions by offering low margin just to win the first order. That's fine, but only if customer stays for a repeat orders. For example, if you spend 50,000 to acquire a customer, but they bring in 200,000 over 3 years, that's a great return. But if they disappear after one small order, you are burning money. This KPI forces you to think long term, not just about the first sale. 5th, export market penetration. Export orders are not just about how much you ship out. Real export performance comes from depth in each market, repeat orders, share of wallet, and your brand's position against competitors. For example, if you are in a home textile industry, ask yourself, in the Middle East market, are you only the one-time vendor or are you the preferred supplier getting consistent orders? Tracking penetration helps you to identify whether your sales strategy is building relationships or just chasing transactions. So here are your 5 must-track KPIs. Order conversion rate, average order value, sales cycle length, customer acquisition cost versus lifetime value, export market penetration. If you track only revenue, you will miss the story behind your sales. But if you track these 5 KPIs, you will know exactly where to focus to improve profitability and predictability. Bottom line, smart sales leaders don't just sell, they measure what matters. If you would like to benchmark your sales KPI against industry best practices or design practical sales dashboard for your manufacturing business, let's connect. It could be the difference between growing fast or getting left behind.